So this is log 3 of my MKM revamp. I just wanted to redo this video because I guess the music was like way too loud and couldn't hear anything that was going on. So I'm gonna go ahead and get this started. So if you turn it up a little bit, I kept the original music or the original soundtrack and revamped it, tweaked it a little bit so it just sounds better. Let you guys kind of give a listen to that. But yeah, so here's the main menu. I need to tweak a couple things for a wider screen, but for the most part, the menu is fully operational. You have the new game, continue, options, extras, and I decided to, if you guys have been following my Discord and my Facebook page, I've decided to revamp Mortal Kombat 1. I'm going to talk a little bit about it, but it's basically the same. It's the same MK as far as playability goes. I might throw in a little extra something here and there, but it's going to be very true to the very first Mortal Kombat. The only big difference, I mean, obviously the graphics, but the character roster is going to be different. It'll still have the original combatants, and let's see here, something like Reptile. Reptile will be playable. He'll have his own moveset. He won't be a copycat Scorpion. But you still unlock him the same way that you would in the original version. So once you unlock him, he's now a playable character, and you can do all the hoopla. But the menu is operational, which is great. Single player versus profiles, that's just going to be more like well, character profiles, endings, etc. and so on. I'm going to revamp the endings to make them a little more appealing. I am thinking about doing it just like the old text, but it depends upon how the project goes. To be honest, like if you guys hit that quote unquote subscribe button and the like buttons, and YouTube decides to pay me because they do things, then I don't know. I might get like some voice actors or something like that and do endings that way. But for the most part, as an individual person, I'm gonna be doing like the old text endings. So we're gonna go back. Excuse the Sub-Zero that disappears, and oh no, he's fine. I guess full screen. Who'd have thought? Okay. So this game does work on a controller only, and you can change your buttons on the controller. If you want to do a keyboard, just leave a comment down and be like, hey, I play games on keyboard. It's an RPG, so it's like 3D whatever, so I don't know if that's your go, but I'll have to set up a keyboard input for that. So let's hop in a new game here. So right now I'm just doing a lot of area testing between building mountains, the sky being lit up, the moon. Let's see here. And I'm also working on what Unreal Engine calls a Niagara System. You can kind of play with things, different energy balls, different emitters, things like that. Just gonna darken that up a little bit, but they're coming along. And so, for instance, like when Sub-Zero gets in like cast mode here, he's gonna be summoning a ball of ice, and then you're able to project it out, or like throw it on the floor, or whatever. The animations, obviously, they're gonna change. I think I mentioned that in the last video. These are just placeholders, so I'm able to put the item in there and see how it plays. But let's go ahead and see here. We have a pause button. Works fine. Pause button's fine. Let's see here. We have a menu. I'm gonna have to tweak this menu a little bit because it still shows the game in the background. But I mean, it's a fully operational menu. As you can see, the buttons on the bottom right. You can go back and forth. I decided to get rid of the experience bar and put in an actual, well, basically just having like Sub-Zero know who he is, and so he can be able to do the moves. I feel like that's kind of important to his character, so I'm going to just go ahead and create a bar system. So you have like 1 bar, 2 bar, 3 bars, and depending upon what move you use on that bars, or how many bars you have, dictates the move that you're able to do. So that way you're not just, you know, constantly freezing people, doing, you know, just like the old game. This new system, though, if you do a special move, it's like an instant execute for the most part, depending upon what you decide to, you know, because like some moves are more to get around the map better, and then some of them are like, you know, combat things, and then there's the whole 2-player aspect that your buddy can, like, say Hydro throws a water ball at somebody, then Sub-Zero can, without spinning his meter, he can freeze said dude. Or if Sub-Zero throws like an ice thing on the ground, then Hydro can, you know, Lin Kuei uppercut the dude, or like pop out of the ice and throw him. So I'm gonna try to get the combat system to be more 2-player friendly. I feel like, I don't know, maybe juggling. You could juggle back and forth, and then have like a lock system. So when you shoot your ice ball, you don't miss, because it does cost meter, and you can lock it in on a character. Let's see here. The death reset's new, with the health bar on the top left. Most of the assets in this game aren't done, as far as like 3D models, character UIs and everything. Those would be built like last minute, or as soon as all the coding and the moves and everything's done. But he does have a little death animation. Dies, does the thing, and the respawns him back in the original place. You'll be able to pause and save the game. Save it from the menu. The menu, you can click it and it doesn't get you murdered if somebody is in the background. It completely pauses the game. So you can use items and things like that. I'm going to try to make the items a little more usable, where, you know, like you don't have to like combine items, and then you have an item stash or whatever, and then like maybe have like an MK store or something down the line that I don't know, that you could just buy like potions and stuff. Not, I mean, obviously not for real currency, but like, you know, in-game currency. You can buy from the little vendors and, you know, whatever. I also thought about increasing. Actually, I'm running out of time here, but I thought about doing like ice weapons for Sub-Zero, that you can conjure different ice weapons, different damage, and then, you know, a different fatality based on the item. But that's that. If you guys have anything to say about it, just leave it in the comments below. It's kind of a fan-made thing, so, you know, it's nice to hear from other fans and saying like, oh, hey, you should add this, or you should, you know, not do that. So just let me know, and hopefully update 4 won't be too far.